Hello, are you feeling a little overwhelmed, lost, not sure what to do? Well, I have some ideas for you. Hi, this is Dr. Amina Aitsi-Selmi for another episode of Wise Wednesdays. During the pandemic, I'd started a practice of decluttering, and maybe you've practiced this yourself, that you've taken time to say what you're no longer a yes to and what you're a no to, and got clear, created space in your life. And it could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be the intensity of a relationship, it could be a habit, it could be anything. The important thing is that it resonates for you, and that when you say no, there's a sense of liberation that happens. And in my practice, I realized after a while that I had more space and that I could actually prioritize better, and I could dedicate myself more fully to what really mattered. I was less scattered. But I also realized I had space now to take on new things. So new seeds could be planted. I could start new projects. And so what I've been noticing that's working with clients at the moment in coaching sessions is a tool called Stop, Start, Maintain that helps you intentionally and consciously look at what you want to stop, what you want to start, and what you want to maintain, because life is always changing. Resisting it costs us energy and time, and flowing with it and seeing how we respond to it wisely leads us to a sense of fulfillment. So I have 9 things, 3 in each category, that I thought I could share with you and that you might find useful or helpful in terms of examples if you want to use the Stop, Start, Maintain tool. So here we go. Number 1, stop. Stop chasing goals that don't really fulfill you. Fulfillment comes from the inside. Goals are just the cherry on the cake. When you achieve something, you might get a sense of fulfillment, or rather accomplishment or achievement that lasts for a while and then leaves. The fulfillment is there from the sense of living your life and engaging with opportunities while you're here in this beautiful adventure called life. That's the sense of fulfillment, that I'm living this way. So you don't have to chase goals at the expense of your health, of your loved ones, of your well-being, or certainly not at the expense of your integrity. A second stop is to stop making people dependent on you. This is for you if you're a high achiever, rescuer, fixer type person who's always helping other people and finding problems to fix. This in part can be a response to a sense of vulnerability or a sense of isolation, a sense of loneliness, where if we do this, we suddenly feel more powerful and we feel less lonely because we're engaging with someone. But ultimately, this is not an authentic relationship, because we're also disempowering the other person as we become the hero or the heroine or the fixer. So notice where you're doing this and start to let go of those patterns, especially if you know that they're not creating healthy relationships for you. They ultimately lead to resentment. So look at where you can create more genuine connections based on mutual vulnerability and mutual power. Third stop. Stop being busy for the sake of it. So this is linked to number 1. But it's a kind of a sense that of restlessness that you've gotten used to now. Like you can't just relax and rest and be fully in the moment. You're always looking for the next thing to do. Even if you don't know what that thing is, you just feel like you need to do something. And that's what a lot of people's lives are like now, unfortunately, just constantly going from one thing to another without really knowing why, and then feeling a lack of meaning, a lack of fulfillment. Because those aren't really things that they want to do. So notice if that restlessness is coming up, and use mindfulness, use relaxation, just use your awareness to make a real choice. Do I really need to do something right now? Or is it just a sense of restlessness that's coming up that will pass if I stay with it and go past the discomfort of it? So those are 3 things that you can consider stopping. They certainly show up in my life. You can see whether they're present in your life and choose something different. Next category is start. Things that you can start doing. Start connecting with your needs and feelings. Now, most of us who are running around or highly intellectual, who are very strategic, who are all about ideas, can be cut off from the basic experience of the moment, which is made up of feelings and sensations, and can tell us a bit more about what we're really needing in this moment, which could be rest or it could be care. So start practicing, maybe 5 minutes a day. Just what are you feeling and really needing in this moment? This will calm the mind down and create a sense of safety, of true safety inside you, and regardless of what's going on around you. Next one, start expressing those feelings and needs. It's one thing to be aware of them. It's another thing to start communicating them to people. And I suggest you do this with people you trust to start with, people who will be receptive to your feelings and needs. Otherwise, it will just put you off because you'll try and express it to someone and they'll just dismiss it or make it sound like you're being weak or fussy, and it will just create a bad feeling around it. So if you start this practice, then do it with people that you know care. In fact, maybe they've been asking you to do it for a long time, like a partner or a friend. And then the third practice here that you can start is to also practice doing this even when the situation is intense or challenging. So this is when power dynamics come in. So it could be with a boss or with someone you're kind of afraid of, or someone that you have a lot of control over. And there are a lot of emotions that can come up in those power dynamics that mean we don't really say what's true for us in terms of what we feel and what we need. This can come up maybe when we're angry and we kind of lose the power to express ourselves calmly. Again, I'm not saying this is an easy practice, but it's something, if you're used to expressing your feelings and needs, to see where you're not doing that and you're hiding yourself a little bit. Are there situations that feel quite intense where practicing expressing your feelings and needs is the next level for you, and can be really rewarding in terms of creating those meaningful relationships and feeling good in life? All right, so third category is what to maintain. So because we live in a world of social media and easy dopamine, we're losing what some people call resilience. Resilience isn't just about being strong, but it's also about being with what's uncomfortable, which is a form of strength. But it's not physical, it's not about pushing, it's actually about softening and being with what's uncomfortable for us. So that could be uncomfortable emotions, or it can be uncomfortable sensations in our body, which happen all the time, all day long. But they're not life-threatening. So the idea is that we can relax into them, and that gives us more clarity, but also it doesn't waste our energy doing things that we don't really need to do, or trying to fix a feeling with distractions, food, social media, that actually don't really help us. So here are three possible ideas. So one, maintain deep connections. Social media can give us the impression that we're somehow connected to something or connected to the world, but it's not the same as really going deep with one person, and spending time exploring and talking about meaningful things rather than shifting from one thing to another. That gives us a dopamine hit. So, allow for longer conversations and to stay with a particular topic or theme for longer, with a person or with yourself. Next one is maintain curiosity. The world is becoming increasingly polarized with social media and news fueling this, and politicians fueling this. So we're in danger of really losing our ability to cooperate, to collaborate, to understand, to empathize. So on a daily basis, you can practice this. If you notice something that triggers you and because it's different to your opinion, be curious with it. Ask questions about it, either to yourself or to the person in front of you. Curiosity is the antidote to hatred. And encourage others to do the same. Invite them to ask questions about you or what you're presenting. And finally, maintain a reflective practice where it's so easy to consume. We're constantly given things to consume and buy, that we're losing this resilience, this ability to stay longer with things that are a bit difficult. Learning is difficult. It takes time and focus and concentration, because so often we want to give up because it's too difficult, or it's really challenging something we thought was true. So uncomfortable feelings come up when we do anything worthwhile, whether it's building a relationship, focusing on a project, or fulfilling a long-term mission or vision for your life. And it's very easy in today's environment to lose that resilience or ability to be with discomfort that is worthwhile. So maintain a reflective practice. Where were you uncomfortable today? How did you respond or react? And how would you like to respond or react next time it happens? So those are 9 things, 3 in each of stop, start, and maintain. I hope it's inspired you or given you some ideas for where you can deepen into your self-development, your growth, your expansion of self-awareness. Feel free to leave any comments or questions below, and I will try and reply. Otherwise, I wish you a great week and see you soon. Bye-bye.